Here is our math lesson for today, 13.7, page 677. You remember at the very beginning of our chapter, we talked about the different ways to measure things. You measure how tall something is, its height, by using the words tall and short. You measure its length by using the words long and short. You measure its weight by using the words heavy and light. And capacity shows how much it holds, if it holds more or less. So today we are going to look at our measurable attribute sort cards. They look like this. Cut them apart, and we're going to talk about the different ways we could measure these items. So here is our first category. See the 10 bar here with the 4 cubes? We could use this bar to show how long or how tall something is, its length or its height. So let's look at each of these items. Could we measure how tall this milk jug is? Yes. So it would stay here in this first category. How about the stick? Could we measure it using a 10 bar? Yes. We would measure how long it is. So it stays here. How about this notebook? Again, yes, we could measure how tall it is. We could even measure how long it is. So it stays here. How about the vase? Yes, we would probably measure it going up and tell how many cubes tall it is. So it stays here. Here's a pair of scissors. We could use the cubes, the 10 bar, to measure how long the scissors are. So it stays here too. How about the teapot? Could we measure how long it is? Yes. We could even measure how tall the teapot is. So all of our items can be measured in how long they are and how tall they are using the cubes. So let's go over to our next category. You remember our balance. Could we put some scissors in the balance and then put some cubes on the other side and measure how heavy or light it is? Yes. So it stays over here. How about the teapot? Could we put it on a balance and measure how many cubes heavy it might be, or even put the scissors on one side and the teapot on the other? Could we do that? Yes, we can. We can measure its weight. How about the vase? Can it be measured by its weight? Yes. Okay. How about a notebook? Yes, we could put that in a balance. We could probably balance it up on top, and we could put some cubes or another object over here and see which one might be heavier and which one might be lighter. So yes, a notebook can be measured by weight. How about a stick? Yes, you could put that in the balance too. And how about a milk jug? Yes, you can measure a milk jug by its weight. Now again, it's a little bit big for this balance, but if the cup was big enough or we balanced it on top, we could put another object over here and see which one was heavier and which one was lighter. So yes, we could measure all these items using weight. So far, we could measure their length, how long they are, or how tall they were, and we could measure their weight. So let's look at capacity. Okay, now when we think of capacity, we're thinking of how much water could we put inside of it and tell how much it is. Okay, so let's start with the milk jug. Could we pour water in there if it were empty and measure how much was in there? Yes. Yes, if we had this measuring cup, we probably could pour all this water in there until it could hold that water. How about this stick? What would happen if we poured this cup of water on the stick? Would it measure it? No, it would just get the stick wet. So no, we're going to take it off and lay it over here. It cannot measure capacity. How about the notebook? What would happen if we took this cup of water, poured it right on top? It would just get wet too. It'd ruin it, wouldn't it? So we cannot measure a notebook with capacity. How about this vase? Could we pour some water in it? Yes, of course. We pour water in vases and we put flowers in them, don't we? So yes, a vase can hold some water. How about the scissors? What would happen if we poured water on them? They would just get wet, wouldn't they? So no, we cannot measure it using capacity. All right, how about a teapot? Yes, we could pour water in a teapot, can't we? Yes, so it stays here. It holds water. Okay, so we have 3 items: the milk jug, the teapot, and the vase. All right, so I'd like you to look around your house and see some different things that you might measure using height, how tall it is, or how long it might be. Or could you weigh it? Some of you might have a scale that you step on and it tells you how much you weigh. And then find some things that you would use. You could use a container that you could pour water in and it would hold some liquid. Capacity, how much liquid it has. All right, flip your paper over. Let's take a look. We have our glasses here, and we want to tell the different ways that we could measure it, okay? Could we use some cubes to measure how long or tall the glasses are? Yes. So circle the cubes, okay, the 10 bar. How about, could we put the glasses in a balance? Could we weigh them? Yes. Now, could we measure how much liquid it would hold? Water? No. If we pour water on the glasses, it would not hold it. It would just make the glasses wet. Now, take a look at each of these items and you circle the different ways we could measure them. Okay, I'll give you a head start. You need to circle the items that you can measure. Okay. So we can measure the cone by using the cubes. We can measure the cone by putting it in the balance. We cannot measure the cone by pouring water on it. Okay, it would not be able to hold the water. Okay, we have a dog dish here. Could we measure how long or tall it is? Yes. Can we measure how much it weighs? Yes. Can we measure how much water it might hold? How much liquid? Yes. It would do all 3. Because look, it's a bowl. So it can hold water. Okay, look at the water bottle here. Can we measure how tall it is? Yes. Can we measure how much it might weigh? Yes. can we measure how much liquid, how much water it would hold? Yes. All right. Does your paper look like mine? Let's practice some more. Now, you take a look at each of these items and you circle each of the ways you can measure it. Slash the ones you cannot use. All right, you get started. I'm going to show you the answers in just a moment. Okay. So, yes, you can measure how long a rose is. Yes, you can measure how much it weighs. No, you cannot pour water in it. Here's a flower pot. Yes, you can measure how tall it is. You can measure how heavy it is, how much weight. Yes, you could pour water in it. Okay, a button. Yes, you can measure how long it is. Yes, you can measure how much it weighs. No, you cannot pour water in it. Here's a jump rope. Yes, you could tell how long it is. Yes, you can tell how much it weighs. No, you cannot pour water in it. All right, down here on number 5, it says circle the objects that have capacity as an attribute. Now, remember, capacity is how much water or liquid it would hold. Does this hold water or liquid? Yes, of course. So you should circle it. How about the starfish? No. How about the box? Can you pour water in it? Yes, you can. How about the pencil? No. How about the glue bottle? Yes. Okay. Does yours look like mine? Flip your paper over. All right. Take a look up there. It says draw an object that has capacity as an attribute. So up here on the top, you're going to draw something that would hold water or liquid. Think, what can you draw? You decide what you're going to draw, and then you can look and see what I drew. See if you can tell what I'm making here. It almost looks like a head, doesn't it? It's not a person's head. Can you tell what it is? Yeah, it's a pot. See, here's its handles. Maybe I should make those handles thicker. It's a pot that you would put soup in on the stove. Yeah, so a pot is something you could use that shows capacity. Okay, this pot's a big one, so it would hold a whole bunch of soup. All right, now down here, draw something that does not have capacity as an attribute. You could not pour water in it. It would not measure how much water you had. Okay, do you have something drawn? Okay. Oh yeah, let's see if you can tell what I'm going to draw. Can you tell what I'm making? Yeah, it's a puppy dog. Yeah, you can't use a dog to measure capacity. You could not pour water on him. Well, you could, but he wouldn't be too happy, would he? Okay, so what did you come up with? All right, so take a look at your homework. You're going to do it the same way. You're going to look at these items. You're going to circle the different ways that you would measure it. Can you measure how long or tall it is using the cubes? Can you weigh it? Is it heavy or light? Can you pour water in it and have it hold the water? Okay. Then take a look on the back. Number 4 says circle the measurable attributes of the broccoli. Okay. Number 5 says circle the objects that have length as an attribute. So you will circle only the items that you could measure using your cubes, your 10 bar. Okay. Then down here on number 6, draw an object that has length as an attribute. So you're going to draw something, anything that you can see in your house, inside or outside, that you could use your 10 bar to measure it. And then number 7, draw something that you could weigh, something you could put in the balance and tell if it's heavy or light. Okay? Now, your homework paper should have your name and number on it, and it goes in your red folder.